What's up, everyone? It's Myke Terry from Volumes, and I am blowing it up on MetalgodZradiO.
Looking back at your journey as a vocalist, what originally drew you to heavy music, and how did those early influences shape the artist you are today in Volumes?
Man, the energy, honestly, the energy and just the raw emotion in metal and the band that I was listening to at the time, just it was something I had never seen before. So immediately I was drawn into it. Growing up feeling like an outcast and feeling like I didn't really fit in anywhere. It was that kind of energy that the metal and the hardcore community kind of really showed that drew me in.
Over your 15 years on the road, have you ever had any bizarre or unexpected celebrity encounters? And did it involve music, fan chaos, or just pure weirdness?
Yes. And all of the above. There's been countless wild instances of meeting people. You meet all kinds of people that are all just music lovers and I want to see a good show. So, I've been able to perform in front of the most well-known of artists and then some of the most not as well-known artists,
Which has been your favorite celebrity encounter?
One of the most memorable would be Vinnie Paul. He was one of the nicest and most genuine dudes I've ever met and had the opportunity and the pleasure of spending time with. R.I.P. to the great.
What do you recall stood out in your conversations with Vinnie?
Just how giving he was. He took us. We were out on tour with him, and our bus broke down, and it was either we were going to go home, or we didn't know how to figure it out. He let us borrow his bus. He put us up in his. He gave us a place to stay where we didn't have anywhere to go in between time. Yeah, even when we were on the road, he always made sure that since we were the opening band and we were getting the least amount of time, they would go out of their way after shows to have barbecues for the bands and just make sure that everyone got food or just everyone was taken care of. And it made it feel like when you were on tour from that, you felt like family. And that's something that I've taken with me, ever since. It was, an experience quite like none I've ever had ever before up until then.
Were you pretty stoked to see that the Pantera reformed and is out there kicking ass?
Yeah, of course, man. I mean, the music is great, and for the remaining members, I think it's great. But on the other side, it does make me sad because the brothers aren't here anymore, and they were founding members, and it's always sad when band members pass away. So it's bittersweet.
Mirror Touch marks Volume's 5th album and 15 years as a band. From your perspective, what has been the biggest internal shift, personally or creatively, that shaped this record the most?
Just how close the band has gotten. In the 4 years, we've all been able to have the experience to go off and live separate lives and do things outside of just straight touring and being locked in with each other. So being able to reconnect with the rest of the band and the other guys has been really nice. And I think that it's strengthened our bond overall in the band to be able to bring those experiences and have that kind of newfound camaraderie on an album. I feel like it plays out in this new album for sure.
Bad Habit takes a melodic left turn with fully clean verses and choruses. What inspired the decision to lean into that cleaner, synth-driven direction, and how did you approach your vocal performance differently on this track?
Honestly, that's one of the songs. Sometimes we have a crazy way of writing music, and it usually goes along the lines of, what if we try ... And this was one of those things, just to see, hey, can we do it? And does it sound good? Does it still stay true to the volume sound? Can we put our own kind of twist on that bouncy, melodic sound? And I feel like we did a pretty good job at that. And at least we were able to convey how we would like for it to have sounded. Yeah.
Volumes has maintained a devout fan base through lineup changes, trends, and personal challenges. How has that loyalty influenced the way you and Michael Barr divide and develop the band's two-headed vocal dynamic today?
I mean, it's key to stay true to that, and just that the energy from the fans and the listeners. I mean, it keeps us going. It's the fuel. It's the fuel that keeps this machine moving along. Without the fan support and just the ability to work with Michael and to be free, those are all the key ingredients to make this thing just continue to run so smoothly.
With over 167 million US streams and 5 albums in, how do you balance honoring the band's signature polyrhythmic heaviness while still pushing into unexpected territory like we hear on Bad Habit?
There's always going to be one thing that we stick true to is we're going to have that polyrhythm in there somewhere along the way, some kind of way. Even if we sneak it in there in a pop format, it's still in there. You just got to listen for it. But we definitely, that's one of the fibers, like the main fibers that makes volumes what it is. So, and we enjoy it too. So it's because it's just a fun way to play it. It's a place that we feel so comfortable, So it's always going to be there for us.
Having toured with acts like Ice Nine Kills, Born of Osiris, Dance Gavin Dance, I'm assuming Hell Yeah as well, right?
Yeah, definitely.
What lessons from the road have you carried into how you perform or even write for this new era of volumes?
Really just remaining true to our own identity as a band. And, it's awesome to be included with these bands and in these names. But it's also nice for us to be able to stand out, and that's one thing we try to remain true to is to, stay true to our sound and have respect for everyone involved. But we still got to bring it how we're going to bring it,
But AI is becoming more present in music production, and even vocal creation. What's your perspective on AI in heavy music, and do you see it as a creative tool, a threat, or something in between?
I don't think that is a good thing. I personally do not feel threatened by it, but I can definitely see how it is affecting our climate right now in a negative way. And, as a music purist at heart, I don't think that it should be a thing. So, I'm completely against it. I'm not really for AI at all.
You're set to appear at this year's Louder Than Life. What does playing a massive festival like that mean to you at this stage in Volume's career? And how does the energy of a festival crowd compare to your own headlining shows?
Oh man, it's an honor to be able to be included with those bands and just to have the opportunity to be back on the festival stage again. It's going to be really, really intense, and I can't wait for it. I think how it compares to a volume show, it's going to be whatever times 10 or times whatever it is that it would normally be. The energy is still going to be there, and we're still going to go all the way off. So it's going to be a sick time.
When recording Mirror Touch, did you experiment with any new vocal gear, plugins, or recording techniques? And how did those choices shape the tone and dynamics of your performance on this album?
Yeah, we definitely got to mess around with a bunch of new microphones, definitely new plugins. I think that's all being able to have access to that kind of equipment is how we're able to develop our sound. And, with different effects, different guitar, effects and textures and synths and whatnot. It's the more recent developments as they go, it makes it easier for us to have more tools at our disposal. So, we've got to work on some cool stuff, and it's definitely been beneficial for the record.
If Volumes had to replace all the heavy riffs on one Mirror Touch song with something completely ridiculous like kazoo, banjo, or dial-up modem sounds, which track would you pick and why?
I would pick Sidewinder, and I would do for the drums. It would be clown horn, because it's just for every kick drum, it'd be a different clown horn. That's what it would be.
Dope,
because I think that would sound awesome.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time. Look forward to catching you on the road, as you are a road band. Any final thoughts you'd like to share with anybody that might be listening to this?
Just want to say thank you so much. We really appreciate all of the support. It's been 15 years of being a band, and we love all of you all so much. And just thank you. Come see us out on the road. Check out our album, Mirror Touch. It's out now, and we will see y'all soon.